Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I'm a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet. So if that interests you, please sit back and watch my video because today, my friends, I offer episode 63 of my podcast, Yarn Talk and All the Things. My friends, I have a full list of things to share with you today. So we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to give you the list and then we'll get started. Okay, so first and foremost, we have coffee talk. It's a great icebreaker. We start off with that. Very short, sweet, and to the point. And then after that, we're going to cover my whips. We're going to go over the Siren's Mal. I have a vintage make that I'm going to share with you. I have a yarn buy from Premier Yarns and then a yarn buy from Joann's to share with you. And then Happy Mail, which includes a birthday gift. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into the coffee talk, my friends. So here it is, cup of coffee. It's my usual. It's Dunkin' Donuts hazelnut blend with the International Delight caramel macchiato and 2 equals to boot. Now the creamer is sugar-free because I am diabetic and I am trying other sweeteners. So as of right now, I'm playing around with all the things. I'm not really sure which one I'm comfortable with. There's allulose, there's the equal, there's sweet and low. So I'm trying Splenda. So I haven't really found one that I'm 100% on board with just yet because I feel like you have to get used to it. Even like with stevia, there's just all the sweeteners. I'm trying to figure out which one is the best for me, but then also it tastes the best, if that makes any sense. So anyway, here's the things. I love this coffee. I make at least a pot a day between what I drink in the morning and then what I drink after I come home from work. So there's that. So good. Okay, I'm going to place this on a brief pause and then we'll jump right into the whips. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay friends, I am back. We're going to cover the whips. So for sake of time, I have, I believe, 4 whips here. 1, 2, 3, 3. So we're going to do 3 whips today. I do have 12 whips. I don't know how I jumped from whatever it was. I think I was sitting at like 8 or 7. And now I'm at 12. So I've been so inspired recently that I just can't help myself. On top of that, as you may or may not know, I recently had a birthday, and with that birthday came many gifts, which inspired a lot of projects. So we're going to jump into that very first whip because of that. So on my birthday, I received a package from Brenda over at Brenda's Knots and Loops. She sent me yarn, a hook, a bag, all the things. But inside the bag of yarn, she left a little note that said, please do not leave this in the bag or leave it on a shelf. Please work with this yarn. So she included everything that I needed to get started. The yarn, the hook, the bag. I mean, there was literally no excuse. So anyway, I immediately jumped and started. So I caked up my first tank. Let me just share with you the yarn. So if you weren't at the live, actually I didn't open up any birthday gifts on the live, I don't think. I can't remember where I shared this. But anyway, I have a bag of Noro yarn and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's this lavender color. The name of it is Kumo. It's gorgeous. So it is 100 grams, 360 meters. It is 41% viscose, 35% cotton, 12% silk, 12% wool, and they suggest a 3 to a 5 millimeter crochet hook. So she gave me an entire bag of this yarn, literally a bag. So let me just, so there's like 6 hanks in here, 6 or 8, I think 6 hanks of this yarn. So I took one, I caked it up, and this is what this looks like. Here's the label for that. And then I decided to make myself a raglan top. So I'm not sure if I shared this with you guys yet. I don't think I did. But at any rate, I am working this top like so, like that. There's this detail that's going to come down and around on all 4 sides. Let me just fix this. Okay, so the break that you're seeing here, it will kind of overlap, and there will be buttons here. It's going to be about yay big, like that, just buttons, and then I'm going to do a crew neck, so it's going to come up to about here. So I'm going to do decreases, I'm going to change the stitch, I'm going to make ribbing, that's going to come up to about here. And then for my particular size, I recently lost more weight, so I am now an extra large. I was a 2X for a while, but I'm an extra large. So I'm going to do 23 rounds of double crochets from here all the way down, and then I'm going to join under here, and then I'm going to make the sleeve and all the things. So that is where I'm at with this. Now, Brenda gifted me with the yarn, this hook. This is a 5mm wooden hook. When I started working with it, I just decided for myself, I guess, that the stitch was a little too large for what I was going for. So I went ahead and hooked down to a 4.5. So I'm using a Dots 4.5 for this. I could have been just fine with the 5, but I wanted the stitches to be a little smaller. I wanted this detail to really pop with the smaller stitches, so I think I am going to get that. So there's that. I'm probably going to need every bit of this yarn because I'm going to be doing long sleeves. I'm going to make sure there's ribbing around the wrists and around the waist, and then I want everything to match. So it's going to be a lot of fun to work this up. It's going to be challenging and exciting, but all things said and considered, I did not leave this sit in the bag. I am immediately working on it. It is one of the first things that I work on when I wake up in the morning, and who knows, I may actually work on this right before bed at night. So there is that whip. All right, so next I am working with my vintage variegated yarns. You may or may not know about this, but I've been collecting vintage variegated yarns now for about 6 months. So however I was able to acquire these yarns through, whether it's through eBay or the thrift store, friends of the channel, friends and family here, I've been collecting vintage variegated yarns. I have a lot of vintage variegated yarn. So what I'm doing is I'm making these hexagons, like so, like that. It's solid hexagons, and I am literally making them in every colorway I have in my stash here. And I know I've shown these before, but these are gorgeous, and I'm probably going to be showing these a lot more just because this is going to require a lot of hexagons. So I mean, these colorways are amazing. It surprises me that some of these colorways are no longer available, and it goes to wonder why they even took them out to begin with. So anyway, I'm sitting on somewhere between 40 and 50 hexagons so far. I have quite a bit of different colorways here in the basket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all of my hexagons first, and then I'm going to do a round of single crochets or half doubles. I'm not sure. I may even do doubles in black to just make every hexagon pop as loud as it can possibly pop. I mean, I could have went with like a muted like latte color or a beige, but no, I wanted to use black because there are so many different colorways here. No single colorway, I mean, if I used a muted color, I mean, no, black is the best choice. So yeah, at any rate, I'm trying to pull some of the other ones that I haven't shown yet. I think I've shown them all. Oh, here's another one. Super, super nice. So anyway, stay tuned. I'm going to continue working these hexagons. This is my second container of hexagons as well, so the other bin is filled. I may actually have to transfer all of this to a box and just allow that box to fill up and then start from there. My mom actually suggested that I start putting the black around the edges now, so I'm not stuck doing one single thing the entire time. So I should have phases to kind of make it feel like it's going a lot faster. So stay tuned. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with this, but I know for sure I'm going to continue making these hexagons. Now, when I did the math, so these are 6-inch hexagons from here to here. So based on my math, I need 235 hexagons to do a king size blanket. 235. That's not including the half hexagons that I need to attach to the sides. So there are all of those. I have not done the math on that yet, but 235 is the magic number for these. So once I have 235, I will then convert over to half hexagons, which I've done a tutorial. It's on my channel. I've done tutorials for the half hexagons as well as the full hexagons. So if you're interested in making these, I mean, they're very, very simple, but we have a lot of new crocheters on the YouTube streets. So if you're interested, I will go ahead and link those tutorials to this podcast. So feel free to check that out. But anyway, there we go. Okay. So last but certainly not least, I've shown my quarter panel project at least a dozen times, I feel, on the channel. This has been a labor of love, and it continues to be a labor of love, but we've made some headway, friends. So all 4 quarter panels are done. They're attached, and I started with a border. So that is kind of where we're at with this. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. I'm going to stand up and stand back, kind of show you all the things. Okay, here we go. So there is the 4 quarter panels all attached together. Now, if you notice, it's a long, skinny rectangle, right? So each quarter panel is 2 feet wide by 3 feet deep. So we are looking at 6 feet tall by 4 feet wide. And so what I need to do now is add some width to it. So as I'm framing it, I'm going to put extra rows on the side to make it a lot wider than what you see. So I literally want to just add maybe, I don't know, 6 inches to each side in total, and maybe 3 inches across the top. So I did a modern granny border so far. I stopped here because I measured and I noticed that, you know what, I need to go out a little more. So I'm going to continue doing the modern granny stitch. So 1 round in the single crochet, chain 2 single crochets, and then I'm going to do the granny stitch into the chain spaces all the way around. Now I used my scrap cakes for the border, as I said I was going to. So that is why you're seeing all the color changes and things, but yes, it's very, very nice. Now, the way that I joined this is I did a slip stitch, chain 2 slip stitch. And what it did was it kind of just took away the bulkiness of it, and I used an off-white to just do the join. I just felt like the smaller the stitch, the less obvious it needed to be, I guess. So that is a close-up of it, of how I did the join. I mean, I like it this way because, I mean, I could have done the single crochet or the half double, but I really didn't want those stitches to stick out. I wanted it to be as flat as possible. So, yes, I'm going to add about 5 inches to the long side and maybe 3 inches across the top. So, there's that. And I believe after this point right here, the next time you see this, it will be 100% completed because it's together. Now I'm framing it. So there is that. All right, friends. So I'm going to place this on a brief pause, and then we're going to jump right on over to the siren's mal. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, friends. So I'm back, and here is my siren's mal basket. This is where I store it. Okay. And so let me move my book to the side here. Now, every Thursday during my midweek pop-up, I pull little tickets out of my vase. Like I shake it and I pull 5 tickets out. I used to spin the wheel. We're just going to do 5 every week, so it's fine. So I pull the tickets out and then I get to work. And then the goal here is to get them done before next Thursday. And if I happen to get them done over the weekend, then I showcase them on the podcast. So they're done, all 5 of them. Well, 4 plus, well, 4.5. I'll explain in a second. So just to recap, I am using Big Twist Value Yarn. Okay, and so this is a medium 4-weight yarn. It is 380 yards, 347 meters, 6 ounces at 170 grams. They do suggest a 5mm crochet hook, and that is what I'm using for this. So, and I'll explain about that half because it has to do with the hook size. Actually, I'll just tell you now. So I started working a square with the wrong hook. I thought for some reason I was using a 5.5mm hook, and then I finished the square and realized how much larger it was than the rest of them, and I said, no, this can't be. This is the wrong size. And then I looked into this basket and found the hook that I was looking for to start with, and it was a 5mm crochet hook instead of the 5.5, and it really does make a difference. So yeah, I have to redo this particular square. At any rate, so we have white, and then we have, what's the name of this one again? You'd think I'd remember them. Soft purple. And then we have lilac. And then grape. So these are the 4 colors that I'm using for my Siren's Mail. Now, I considered using the blue, but I do like the blue, but I like purple more. So that's kind of why I chose purple. Now, I wanted to know how many squares I could get done with 1 skein of each. And as of right now, how many do I have done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 13 squares completed. So I am not even halfway through the skein. So I might just be able to get half of the squares done with 1 skein of each. We'll see. I mean, we don't know yet. So there's that. All right, so this past Thursday, I drew 5 tickets. And so let me just show you the 5 squares. And here we go. So I drew number 60, which is the Mawson square. Now, I have not sewn in my ends. There are a lot of ends, and I'll take care of them someday. Right now is not that day. So I'm just going to show you my completed square. So this is number 60, the Mawson square. Very nice. Just imagine it minus, all of the loose pieces here. It's very nice. I will say, like, this part right here, the circle, when you're working it, it doesn't feel like it's a circle. Like, it doesn't feel like it's going to become a circle until you start working behind it. So there are these series of chains that go behind, and you work this outer round here from the chains. And then as you do that, this actually starts to become more circular. So that's super nice. So it's almost like a spin wheel. So number 60, the Mawson square. Next we have number 45, the Sulu square. It's a series of front posts and things like that. Very nice, very textured. You can kind of see the ribbing on the back there. So the Mawson square, the Sulu square, sorry. All right. Next we have number 15, the Pecora square. I like this one. It's very textured. Just turn that over to the side so you can see all that texture. And then the back, minus all of the tails. Shh. It's fine. For right now, it's for the house, okay? Nobody needs to know about that. All right, so next, number 21, the Biscay square. I like this part of this square. For me, it just reminds me of, like, the stained glass windows minus the stained glass, if that makes any sense. That tail is like sticking out like a sore thumb. Let me move that out of the way. You know, I really need to sew these tails in before I show you these squares, but I'm just so excited to share this with you that I can't wait. So there's that. I like the center and you know how it correlates to the outside. It's super nice. I like that. Okay, so there is that. Now I've shown these other squares on other podcasts and things, so I will just do a little drive-by. I'll say the name, show them to you very quickly. I won't be as long as I was with those. So this is number 27, the Sidra square. This is number 46, the Java square. And then this one here is number 19, the Caribbean square. And this is number 10, the Sargasso square. This is number 25, the Sicily square. It's very open. Love that. Number 30, the Thracian square. That's pretty. Number 13, the Baffin square. And last but not least, number 7, the Drake square. So the one that I have to redo is the one that I have not shown yet. It is the Kattegat square. So what number is that? Number 17, Kattegat. Okay, so I hooked up by accident, and this square is huge. I mean, it looks super, super nice, but it's too big in comparison. So, by all accounts, it's not by much, but to me, it makes a huge difference. So I'm just going to line this up and show you the difference. You can see that I don't think blocking will even help this. Like, I have to redo this. It's entirely too big. So, there's that. But lesson learned, patience. Look all the way through the basket for your hook before deciding to just pull another hook from the hook station. Anyway, I am using, as I mentioned, a 5mm crochet hook for this. Actually, it's sitting right here. I'm using a Dots 5. So it's going to go back in here. There we go. So that is the Sirens Mail. I will pull more tickets on Thursday, and I will continue to do that every Thursday until there are no more tickets in the vase, and then I will assemble everything together and finish up this project. So that is it for the Sirens Mail. I'm going to place you on a brief pause, and then we're going to hop right on over to the vintage make. Okay, 1 second. Okay, friends, so we are back. This is the part of our podcast where we talk about the vintage make. So I was recently gifted a vintage crochet kit for my birthday from Pilar. She's a member of my channel and a friend, so thank you so much, Pilar, for this lovely gift. So this is what it looks like. It had an image on the front of it. I'll show you that in a second, but here are the yarns. So we have a cream color, a brown, a gold, and like a dark gold. And then here is the image. Let me turn this around. So it's a lapgan. The smaller Afghan, perfect for home or gift. Now I was looking for like a year, a manufacturing date of some sort, but there's nothing. So I can just tell by the paper that it's been around a while. At any rate, I didn't pull this off to look at the recipe. Clearly, I can look at this and know exactly what it is that I need to make. I pulled this off because I needed to know what the gauge was and what the recommended hook size was for this yarn. So, traditionally, I would make these granny squares with a medium 4-weight yarn, but this, my friends, is a 2-weight yarn. This is a light 2, and it's not even a 3, so I don't work with 2-weight yarns, but this time I am. I'm going to do it. So it's very, very thin, as you can see. I mean, there are no CYC indicators on here, so there's no way for me to tell if in fact it is a 3-weight or a 2-weight. Just by first glance, I'm going to go with a 2-weight. If anything, it is a very light 3-weight yarn, but I can tell you based on how this feels that this is that older traditional acrylic that is a little on the rough side. Nonetheless, we are definitely going to work this up. This is definitely a project that I'm looking forward to, and I cannot wait to get this started. So, what they are suggesting are 7 rows of 9 squares with a G hook. So there are no millimeter recommendations on here. It's literally just G hook. So a 4.0. So a 4.0 crochet hook. 1 granny square should be 5 inches by 5 inches, and the approximate finished size is 36 inches by 45 inches. So for me, for the house, it's probably going to go to my mother as a gift. So she has a lapgan to use while she's crocheting. She has no idea that I'm planning on gifting this to her. But yes, I'm going to be making this. I'm going to show you steady updates. I mean, it's just a granny square, but I'm still going to show you progress updates until it's all the way completed. Now, I have to make 63 of these. So stay tuned, friends. I am super excited to get this started, but I wanted to document the very beginning of this. So I'm going to start this right after this podcast. So I can't wait. All right? So, all right, there's that. Let me place us on yet another brief pause, and I will be right back with the next section, which is the yarn buy. I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so this is the part of my podcast where we're going to talk about the yarn buys. I have 2 yarn buys, one from Joann's and one from Premier Yarns. We're going to start with Joann's. So recently I found myself perusing the aisles because I believe last week or the week before they had 4 colorways of Caron 1 pound on clearance for $4.80. And online it said that they didn't have any on hand, but when I went into the store, I found 22 of the Caron 1 pounds. So I said to myself, I need to start making regular trips to my Joann's to see all the things. So this was one of those times, and I did not find any more Caron 1 pounds. I think I bought them all. At least I think I did. Anyway, side eye, I look over to the big twist wall, and I notice a new colorway. Now, when you go into the Joann's, I mean, we all know that there is a big twist wall, and when you go there regularly, you know what colorways are there and which ones are always out of stock, so on and so forth. Anyway, here was this one colorway that I hadn't seen before, and I got super excited. I walked over there, almost ran, but walked very quickly, and I saw this particular colorway. So this colorway here is called Vamp, and I believe they brought this back from last year because although I couldn't touch it or see it, only select stores had this last year. Not every store had it, at least mine didn't, because I was there every other day. Anyway, I was so excited. There was 15 skeins in that little basket on the wall. I took all 15 and put them right in my cart. I was so excited about this. Partly because on the day that I was in the store buying the big twist yarn, there was a sale. It was $2.79 and a 25% off coupon, friends and family. So I got these for $1.88 each. And with that price, I said, you know what? It's now or never. I'm either going to get these for $1.88 right now, or I may not get them at $1.88 again. So I took all of them off the shelf, and I'm super excited to work with this yarn. Now, at first glance, I really wasn't able to determine what that dark color was, but honestly, I think that that is like a slate gray, like a charcoal slate, and then you have these like burgundies and wine colors. So anyway, I thought to myself, what am I going to tie this with? You know, what other colors am I going to bring in? Well, with this, I said, let's not push too far out. In fact, I'm not going to introduce any new colors to this if I can help it. Let me find colorways that would closely match this. And so I wound up finding these 2 colorways. They're not exact matches, but These are the two closest colorways that I could find in Big Twist. Now, I may go ahead and play around with some of the other colorways, not on this wall, but the wall in the next room, to see if I have any other ones. I may introduce brown to that. I may I may add charcoal to that. Who knows? I do know that the charcoal colorway is new to Joann's. It's one of their new colorways, so I may put that with it. But $1.88, I said, let me just choose a few colorways. If it doesn't go, I can put it back on the wall. Worst case scenario, I don't use any solids. I will use all variegated. But we'll see, so stay tuned for that. $1.88. And let me do the specs, just so that we know. It's 269 yards, 246 meters. It is 4.3 ounces at 121 grams. They suggest a 5mm crochet hook. It is a 4-weight yarn, and it is 100% acrylic. It is machine washable and dryable. And let me just show you the ball band here. Give you a close-up of the things. 13 for an Afghan that measures 50 inches by 60 inches. 6 skeins to make a top, 1 to make a hat, 3 to make a scarf. And so those are the specs. Okay? And I don't know if you can make that out, but right here it says Vamp. So there is that. All right? And I've gone over this 100 times, but it bears worth repeating. So let's do the specs on this. 380 yards, 347 meters. It is 6 ounces at 170 grams. It is a medium 4-weight yarn. They do recommend a 5mm crochet hook, and it is machine washable and dryable. And here is the ball band. They suggest just 4 skeins for a 50 by 60 inch blanket, 3 skeins for an adult top, 1 for a hat, 1 for a scarf. Now, I'm curious to know what stitch they think would work with this yarn to only require 4. I ask this because I'm currently working on a whip. It's one of the 12 whips that I have. I'm working with the Big Twist yarn, and I'm using lots of chains and things like that. I've used all 4, and I have not achieved 50 by 60. So I am curious to know what stitch they are suggesting to get that size. I'll have to look online and see. At any rate, this is the burgundy, and then this is the wine color. You would think that this is the burgundy and this is the wine. At least to me, that's what makes sense to me. At any rate, there is the yarn from Joann's. That was it. Okay? So let me move this to the side. All right. So before I jump into my premiere box, I went to the $1.25 tree and I bought some Premier Just yarn, the $1.25 balls. I saw some new to me colorways that I got so excited about. I have a bag. I have a bag, okay? So there's this colorway here called Meadow or Prairie, one of those. It has Meadow, Prairie, I don't know. So it's like a sagey green, but like a soft sagey green. And of course it's squish. I love this. I'm going to do a 1 for you and a 1 for me, and then I'll show you the other colorways that I got. So as you can see, it's like the camera's not really picking it up as well as I thought it would. But yeah, it's like a light sagey green. Anyway, it is a medium 4-weight yarn. It is 109 yards, 100 meters, 1.76 ounces at 50 grams. They do suggest a 5.5mm crochet hook. It is machine washable and dryable, and it is 100% acrylic. It's so nice. Anyway, Prairie. And the next colorway I got, actually, there's more Prairie here. The next colorway that I have is Sandstone. So yeah, like a clay color. It's really, really nice. So there's that, Sandstone. And then in true fashion, I went ahead and got some white. You can never go wrong with a good white yarn, you know? It's very squish and things. And every single skein here is 109 yards. Last year, the year before, they had skeins of different sizes and things, maybe because they were in transition from one size to another. But in any case, these are all 109 yards. So I have 4 of those. I have 4 sandstones, 4 prairies. I don't know if we're going to call this meadow or prairie. Let me see. Which side did I choose? Okay, sandstone. So sandstone, and then this side, meadow. Okay, so it's meadow. Meadow, sandstone, and white. And then, of course, I had to get purple. I just thought these 4 colors worked really well together for what they had. When I go yarn shopping at like the $1.25 tree, I just make use of what they have there. I challenge myself and I say, well, what could I put together with what yarns I see here on the shelf? And so, yeah, this is what I came up with. So I have four of each one of these colors that I'm showing you here. Super, super nice. So that is all I picked up from the $1.25 tree this time. It's really convenient because my grocery store, like outside of my Walmart run, I do hit up the grocery store. And right next to the grocery store is the $1.25 tree. And so when I'm in need of a doohickey, a doodad, something, you know, whatever, I'll go in there and I'll peruse the aisles, but I always stop in their yarn section to just see like what's new, what's not new, you know. So there's that. All right. Let me pause us and I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I am back with my premiere yarn haul. Like, I am super excited about this, friends, because deals and steals were made and had. Okay, if you're not aware, I am an affiliate for Premier Yarns. I'm very proud of that because I love their yarn and I talk very highly of it, and so do many people on the YouTube streets. It's very, very good, high quality yarn. At any rate, for some reason, I always have to show you guys the box before I open it up. Full disclosure, I did crack open the box to just save us some time, okay? So here's the box, and it's heavy. So let's go ahead and ooh, look at this. I'm excited. Okay. I love yarn. It's so good. Okay. So first, right off the top, we have Premier Basics Mosaic. So let me just pop one open. Oh, this is nice. Now, I do have a mosaic in the silver and black. It's like a monochrome color. It's very, very nice. But this particular colorway is called Prism. It's all the rainbow colors. I love it. Let's do the specs, friends. So this is 216 yards, 198 meters. This is 4.23 ounces at 120 grams. It is 100% acrylic. It is tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. They do suggest a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. It is machine washable and dryable. Squish, squish. 216 yards. I got a sleeve of 3. Why just 3? Oh, I'm wrong. 4. So I wound up with 4. I could have done a 1 for you and a 1 for me, but I didn't. Anyway, as I mentioned, I do have the monochrome one, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do color play. I'm going to do monochrome and then prism, monochrome and prism, and play with kind of like the idea of a black and white TV, like the picture being in black and white versus color. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to do like the same pattern, but one in the black and white and one all in color, and have it next to each other and just do like color play. So there's that. I'm super excited about that. And I can't stress to you enough how soft and squished this yarn is. It is so, so good. Whenever it's on sale, friends, you have to jump on this yarn. It is so good. Premier Basics, all aspects of Premier Basics, it's all the things. I'm not going to steer you wrong. Like, I am super happy with my Loops and Threads Soft Classic. I'm super happy with my Big Twist and all the things. But when push comes to shove, when there's a sale on these yarns right here, you got to jump on it because it is good. Okay. So next, I took advantage of the sale for the Eversoft. So 3 skeins for $6, $2 a skein. And my first immediate thought when I saw that sale was cancer caps. Now, traditionally, I mean, it's not like the most popular yarn to use, but these work perfectly for the cancer caps. So I'm going to show you the things with the one, and then I'll show you all the other colorways. So this is Premier Eversoft. It's got that sheen to it. It's super, super nice. I love that shine. Let me flip it around here. So it is 270 yards, 247 meters, 5.29 ounces at 150 grams. It is 100% acrylic. It is a medium 4-weight yarn, and they do recommend a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. It has been tested against 350 harmful substances. It is machine washable and dryable. This particular colorway is called Aqua. And that color is so vibrant. Now, the big thing about this yarn and about all of the shine yarns is that it's very splitty. To that I say, it's a matter of technique, and it's a matter of choosing the correct crochet hook. So I don't think there is one universal hook that works perfectly with every fiber. I believe that, you know, sometimes you may have to change up your hook for the fiber that you are working with. Now, yes, it is acrylic, but there's also a sheen to it. It's also twisted. I mean, we have chain spun yarns, you have roving style yarns. There's different kinds of things. So sometimes you have to pull out a different kind of hook in order to work this yarn up, or another kind of yarn in general. So if you're able to work all sorts of things with one particular crochet hook, great. I love that for you. But the general consensus is try using a different hook if the yarn is too splitty, or if the yarn is sticking or not working correctly for you. Just try another kind of hook. Okay? So at any rate, I do have Aqua. Very, very nice. $6, you can't beat that. $2 a skein. Perfect. Perfect for donations. And then we have here the next colorway. I'm trying to see if I can find the, okay, here it is. Pale blue. It's like a powder blue. It's the lighting that's changing the colors of it, but there it is. That's true to color. Very nice. Pale blue. Next we have icy blue. I'll hold it up here. So to me, there's a green twinge to it, right? It's just like a mint blue-green, unless my eyes are deceiving me. But at any rate, my thought was, let's play with the blues and throw Aqua. Yeah, because to me, Aqua has more of a green hue to it. But take these 3 colorways and play around with these colors and make a whole bunch of cancer caps. And make a whole bunch of donation caps and things. Maybe even a Boggy Creek blanket. I don't know, but donations is where I'm going with this. Okay? So, yeah, 9 skeins for less than $20. It's all the things. Yep, 6, 12, 18. Less than $20. Perfect. Okay, so I have, wow, I have lots of things in here. All right, so next we have Anti-Pilling, DK Colors Batik. And I believe I have 6 cakes of this one particular colorway. It was so nice that I had to buy it twice. This is Sandcastle. Let me pull one out and show you the things. I bought this before but never had the chance to use it. It wound up going all out into my mystery boxes, all of it. So I chose different colorways this time around, and I'm committing myself to making things with this yarn because I did buy it before because I wanted to work with it. I just never had a chance to. So at any rate, here we have Premier Anti-Pilling DK Colors Batik. So it is 383 yards, 350 meters, 5 ounces at 140 grams. The colorway is Sandcastle, and it is a light 3-weight yarn. They do suggest a 4mm crochet hook. It is machine washable and dryable, and it has been tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. This is super nice. To me, it's on the lighter side of a 3, which is why they're suggesting a 4mm crochet hook as opposed to a 5. You may actually get away with using a 5 if you want to. If you want a little bit of that drape in your project, you could use a 4.5 or a 5mm crochet hook for this. But sticking with the recommended crochet hook gives you the best results, in my opinion, with this yarn, because it is anti-pilling. So it's super, super squish. Love that. So let me put this back in the sleeve. I'm gonna have to tape this back up just so that it stays together. So as I mentioned, I have 2 sleeves of it. The one sleeve is coming off, but that's okay. It's all in the bag still. So there's that. Next, we have DK Colors Boutique in the colorway, what's the colorway here? Cloudy Day. Super, super nice. 6 cakes. I wanted to make sure that if I decided to make a wearable, like a top, that I had enough to do that for myself. So I figured, somewhere in the realm of 2,000 to 2,400 yards is what I feel comfortable having on hand for a long sleeve top, maybe with a hood, who knows? Yeah, so this gives me about 2,400 yards. Well, a little less than 2,400 yards, which is perfect. I think this is enough for a top for me. Okay, so there's that. Next, we have DK Colors Boutique in the colorway Sweet Dreams. So this one in particular, my mom has no idea, but I'm making her a top with this. So this is the color that I chose for her. Actually, let me take this out of the sleeve and show you close up. My colors are like black, white, taupe, browns and things. But for mom, I wanted her to have her favorite color, and I think just the sequence and the overall scheme of the color is perfect for a top for mom. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's got a little bit of me in there with the purple, and it's got a little bit of her in there with the blue. It's super nice. So yes, I'm making mother a top with this. And again, I think this is enough. If not, I'll order what I need. 383 yards of cake. Yeah. 4, 8, 12, 24 minus. So I have about 2150, 2200. Yeah, that's enough. It's perfect, actually. Okay. So next, we have Anti-Pilling Butterfly. Now, I purchased this before, this exact colorway, but I needed to get it again because I put it in my mystery boxes. When I was packing my mystery boxes, I didn't realize what I was doing when I did it, but once it was done, it was done. I needed to get back on the website and order what I needed to order. So, I'm going to pop one out and show you the things. Oh, this is so squish. I love this. So I'm really big on anti-pilling yarn right now, because this is the time of year where I'm really trying to dig into making wearables and things, so that, when fall gets here, I have things that I can wear and I don't have to worry about anything pilling. Not everything anti-pilling, but yes, a lot. So here is the front of the cake, Premier Anti-Pilling Butterfly. And I'm going to turn this around. Let me show you the other side. This is better looking. So there you have that. So this is 546 yards, 500 meters, 7 ounces at 200 grams. Wow, it is a light 3-weight yarn, and they do suggest a 4mm crochet hook for this. This is machine washable and dryable, and it has been tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. Now this is a lighter 3-weight yarn. It's on the thinner side. It could even pass for a 2-weight yarn, but when you squeeze it, you feel there's meat on those bones there. It doesn't fall flat. You can actually feel something there. So again, this could pass for a 2-weight, but it is a light 3-weight yarn for sure. And With this particular yardage, I mean, you have 1,500 yards here. So I figured, okay, why not try and make, I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but why not try and make a sleeveless top, like a V-neck top, sleeveless, that I could wear a dress shirt under and put on a tie. So that's kind of what I was thinking with this. Stay tuned. We'll see. Okay? What I have in my brain versus what I'm actually going to produce may very well be two different things. So we'll see. All right. So before I forget, let me pause, save the work so we don't lose anything, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I'm back. It saved. Everything was good. So this next cake here, this is Anti-Pilling Butterfly. This particular colorway is Summer. I love that. You have the two-tone oranges, the blue, this green here, and then the tan. And this is the color story here. It's very nice. You can see those two tones of orange and the blue, the green, and the tan. It's very, very nice. The colorway name here is Summer. I love that. Love it. And the cake that I just showed you, I forgot to mention the name. So this is called Riverbank. Very, very nice. So, yeah, Riverbank. Yeah. So, again, I don't know what I'm going to make with this, but the possibilities are endless. I mean, the colors just look like so much fun, at least for this one. This here is more of like a toned down, more serious color story here, which is why I suggested maybe a sleeveless V-neck top to go over a shirt and a tie. So we'll see. I think this will turn out really nice, and I'm really, really liking that center colorway there. I love that. So stay tuned for all things regarding the butterfly cakes. Okay, so let's move on. Next we have Premier Bloom. I got 4 skeins of this, and I can't believe how big the skeins are. So online, when I looked at this, I didn't realize that this was the actual size. I mean, I thought I was going to get something half the size, but it's a big skein. I love that. So the colorway is called Hummingbird. Look at that. I love it. And so this is the color story here. It's very nice. So let me tell you all the things. So now that you know the name, this is a light 3-weight yarn. They suggest a 4mm crochet hook with this. It is 656 yards, 600 meters, 7 ounces at 200 grams. It is 100% acrylic. It is machine washable and dryable, and it has been tested against 350 harmful substances. Very, very nice, very squish. I love how squishy their yarn is. It's so good. Premier in general just has squishy yarn. This is very therapeutic when you do this. I don't know. Anyway, so I have another colorway here. 4 skeins. And this particular colorway here is called Sandpiper. So let me give you a close-up. It's giving me all of the browns and the taupes. Not the dark browns, but yeah, the sandy colors with the off-whites and things. It's very nice. Very squish. Very nice. Again, these yarns are excellent yarns, and when there are deals to be had, friends, use my link, go on there, check out all the things. I usually post on my community page the deals and the steals. You know, I get notified via email. I believe everyone does, but as soon as I see it, I share it. I put it on my community tab just to give you guys a heads up. Here's the sale. I'll do a snapshot of it, and then I'll put my link right there in the community tab. So feel free to just check out all the things. They have weekly deals, but this particular deal was their summer sale. And I'm so thankful that they had this, because after giving away all of my yarns with like the Premier Butterfly, I did give away some of my mosaic yarn. I did give some of this away. the Mementi yarns. I mean, I was glad to be able to get my hands back into these cakes. So super happy about that. And I can't wait to start this top for Mom. I don't know when I'm going to start it, but as of right now, I'm going to leave it in the box until I can find a really good pattern to work up for her. So, yes. Going on a field trip. Packing the box back up. Okay. So, that is all for my yarn buy here. Let me place this on a brief pause, get this cleaned up, and then I'm going to hop right on over to the last section of my podcast, which is the Happy Mail, which does include a birthday gift. So I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so here we are at the last portion of my podcast, which is Happy Mail. So before I get into it, though, I do want to say that if you enjoyed my podcast, please don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And then, of course, turn those notifications on to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. On this channel, we do all the things. So I do podcasts, I do tutorials, yarn reviews, I do Whipping It with Wands, where I become a crochet buddy with you for about 45 minutes to an hour. I do Cake and Coffee with Juan. I cake up all sorts of yarns, vintage, new yarns. We do all the things. So if that is of interest to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'd love to have you. Okay, so I have 3 pieces of Happy Mail here. The first piece is from me. I bought it for myself. So I'm a huge Nelsonwood hook fan. So every time he has new hooks, if I have the pennies to put together, I go ahead and get myself some of his hooks. So today was one of those days. So let's jump right into it. Before I show you, there was a sale. So about a month ago, he put some Texas mesquite crochet hooks on sale. It was this amazing sale, and there was a coupon and all the things. So it was so nice that I had to do it twice. I got 2 of his hooks. So this is the first hook. This here is called Texas Mesquite. Actually, let me read the receipt. It's Texas Mesquite Burl crochet hook with yellow heart rings, and the wood ends are African blackwood. So let's just pop this open and take a look. So good. I always smell it's so fresh. Anyway, it's beautiful. So this here is the Texas Mesquite Burl. It's beautiful. And then we have the yellow heart rings, which there are 2 of them. One right here and one right here. So nice. And then African blackwood for the ends here. And this here is a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. I absolutely love working with these hooks. It's so nice. So there's that. And it comes to no surprise that, when it's nice, you got to do it twice. So I went ahead and got the same exact hook, but in a different size. It's all the things. So African blackwood, yellow heart rings, Texas mesquite burl. It's very nice. This is an eye hook. Love it. Love that. I love the scent. Whatever that smell is, I'm sure it's what he used to coat the hook with, but I love that smell. Anyway, so I got myself 2 of these, and that coupon was amazing. That coupon took $54 off of my total. So I saved a lot of money with that coupon. So if you don't follow Bryan Tyler Nelson, please do so, because he does steals and deals every now and then. And when he does, you got to jump on that. So yeah, 2 of his hooks. And one of the lids just fell off. Here it is. Okay. So I'm going to put these with my other hooks. I have quite the collection. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and just have the camera over the table and just show you all of my hooks in one fell swoop. I love my Nelsonwood hook collection. It started with just one hook that was gifted to me, and then before you knew it, I have all the hooks. So as a matter of fact, I just ordered one today. I'm super excited. I can't wait to get it. Anyway, so there is that. Next, I have a piece of Happy Mail that comes to me from Deborah N. And I already opened it to save time. Purple t-shirt. Let's see what it says. Oh, this is good. I love it. It says, I'm okay. I love it. This is so good. It's my size, extra large. I love this. This is so good. That literally is me sometimes. Like when I'm in the squirrel's nest, there's just yarn everywhere. I love it. Okay. Thank you so much, Deborah. I love this shirt. I can't wait to wear it. Thank you, thank you. As of late, I've been receiving a lot of t-shirts. I think I'm up to like 13 t-shirts that I've received through gifting and Happy Mail. So thanks to each and every one of you guys. You're gassing up my wardrobe with all things yarn and crochet and all the things. So thank you. I love that for me and for us. All right. So last but not least, I have a birthday box here. Now half the box is for my mother. Because I did pre-open this box to save us some time. Let me just make sure there's no addresses showing. Okay, that's my address, the P.O. Box. That's nothing. The sender's address is on this side, which I'm going to fold down so we cannot see. Okay, so let me just back it up. This whole side here is for Mama Wilma. So we're going to save this for Mom. And we'll give this to her on Sunday we have these ceramic angels. It's J, O, and Y. She was gifted. I wasn't able to give them to her just because of the timing and everything. So this coming Sunday, I'll give those to her along with this. So we're going to set this to the side. I don't want to open this because it's taped shut and everything. So we're going to wait and see. Okay? So there's all the things in here. Okay, where do we start? Oh, here's a card. It says, let me scooch up. It says, Juan the Yarn Addict. Love the handwriting, right? All the swoops and the dupes and things. So nice. Love that. It says, I'd give up my nuts to make sure you have a great birthday. And let's hope it doesn't come to that. So I love that. So nice. Now this comes to us from Robin. Thank you so much, Robin, for the card. I absolutely love it. Let's see. Inside is a letter, and I do have permission. So it says, Hi Juan, I just wanted to wish you a very special happy birthday. I've sent you a few things to add to your squirrel's nest. In addition, I have included some more circular knitting needles for you to try out. Many knitters say that you should try one pair of each different brand of needles to see which ones you like before investing in a complete set. I didn't forget Mama Wilma. I have included a belated birthday gift for her as well. As always, I enjoy watching your videos. Take care. Oops. You can mention my name if you want to. Sincerely, Robin. So thank you so much, Robin, for this wonderful, wonderful card and note. So let's get into the yarn first. This here is vintage yarn. I can tell right away this is Caron Sayel. 100% reliable machine wash and dryable DuPont Orlon. This is the colorway teal blue. Beautiful. Love that. I love how squish it is. This is from Bradley's at 99 cents. There is no barcode on this, so we do know that it was before 1974. Love that. Okay, so it's going to go back in here, and I'm going to set that right there on the table. Next, we have another bag of yarn, and I love this. So she printed out the actual yarn. I love this. Thank you so much for being so thoughtful. So this is Red Heart Curly. This is Red Heart Curly. I've never seen this before. This is a new to me yarn. Red Heart Curly. Okay. So this is a super bulky number 6. The colorway is called Calypso. They do suggest an 11.5 millimeter crochet hook, a US letter P. It is machine washable and lay flat to dry. I love how this feels. Is this 100% acrylic? Let's see. This here is, yes, 100% acrylic. And we have another colorway here, totally teal. So I'm going to open that for you guys. Red Heart Curly, totally teal. Look at that. So apparently there's some stretch to, oh, look at this. Look at this, guys. It's like, how awesome is that? I love that. Yeah, this is great. Thank you so much, Robin. And there's a recipe on the ball band for a hat. I'm curious to know what that's going to look like worked up. So the recipe, the pattern only calls for 1 ball. So it's a hat. Look at that. So I may try that with this yarn. It may be so nice I'll have to do it twice. So good. So I'm going to put that in here like that with this. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Next, in this bigger bag here, I do like this bag. I can put yarn and things in it. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do with this bag. I'm going to put yarn in it. We love a good bag. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. I love it. Look at this. Isn't that nice? This might actually be for the thumbnail. I love this picture. This is so cute. It's all the things. I love it. It's so good. Thank you, Robin. All right, and on the inside here, we have a box. What's in here? Look at this. Look at this. This is so beautiful. So we have little needle caps for the knitting needles. We have Coffee Gives Me Teacher Powers. There's 2 of them. Beautiful. And then we have coffee stoppers. Beautiful. Look at these squirrels. It's beautiful. It's all the things. And then we have some more progress. Well, we have progress keepers that are like squirrels and acorns and things. This is so nice. Beautiful progress keepers. And then a tassel, of course. Beautiful. And there's this here as well. Another squirrel. So good. And then, oh, look at these. These are beautiful. Look at these scissors. Gorgeous. And what I like about this as well is that's the case. And then all of these were just like very strategically placed in here so that everything would fit, which is great. Just like that. So nice. I love that. This little pouch is just for, this is so good. Thank you, Robin. Yes, this is going to be for my thumbnail. I love this. Love it. I'm going to sit that right there. Okay. Next, we have a bag. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is so good. I have a mug with this image. I love it. As I said, friends, we love a good bag, especially for whips and things. This is great. Maybe I could put my knit whips in these beautiful bags and keep my crochet whips in baskets. That's how I'll be able to differentiate between the two. So stay tuned. I'm going to fold this and put this in here. Okay, and I do find that with knitting, you have to be exceptionally organized when it comes to what you're working on, how far you are. You just have to be organized. So I'm learning that. All right, next, we have another one of these awesome bags. I love these bags with the handle at the top. This is so good. Okay, so here is a book. It says The Field Guide to Fleece from Deborah Robeson. 100 sheep breeds and how to use their fibers. This is going to be a great read. Wow. Oh yeah. So I can learn about all of the different kinds of fibers and things. This is great because I do need to educate myself on all things fiber. I mean, I'm a yarn addict, right? I need to know the things. So I will definitely read this. This is great. Thank you, Robin. Valuable material here. And here I have needle inventory. So use this chart to catalog which needles you already own. There are multiple slots per needle type, straight, DP, and circular, so you can write in specific lengths if desired. So I am going to do that because I do have a decent needle collection, thanks to all of the viewers and subscribers and members and things. You guys have been gifting me needles and peppering them throughout, so I definitely have to go through everything to just see what I have, and what I don't have I can source myself, which is great. It says, there's a note here. It says, I love collecting crochet and knitting books. I've included a copy of each of the book covers of some of the books that I have in my stash. I thought that you might be interested in checking them out, so possible additions to your stash, Robin. Oh yes. I love this. So she copied the front of her books. Oh, this is great. I actually have that one book. I have this one book already. That's so good. I have this book. I just recently picked it up. So good. We're on the same page there, Robin. I love it. I have this one too. Crochet Geometry. Okay. So let me not bore you to tears with that. That's something I can do off camera. Alright, so next there's another bag here with a bunch of goodies. Look at this. We crochet. What's in here? Look at this. All the needles. Okay, so what do we have here? We have clover circulars, 29 inches, 10 and a half, 6.5 millimeters. Love that. That's so good. So I would use a 4-weight yarn with this. Yep, 5.5 to a 6.5 millimeter. Yeah, I would use that. And here, this is an Addie novel, and made in Germany. It is, let's see, 80 centimeters. It's a 32-inch cord, US number 8, 5.0 millimeter. Look at that. That's so good. Next we have Lykke. Interesting. So these are 5 inches, US number 7s, 4.5 millimeter circulars. 32-inch cord. Very nice. And then here we have Knitter's Pride. This is color play. So this is a 32-inch cord as well. And this, I believe, is a US number 7, 4.5 millimeter knitting needle. or circular knitting needles, sorry. It's plural because there's 2 needles here. So there's that. Okay, before I go any further, let me pause because I don't want to lose any of the data. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right. Ooh, look at this. I love it. I live for sheep thrills. It's so good. Matching button. This is so good. I love this. Stitch markers, the little needle tips, stoppers. So good. And then look at this. I love yarn. So true. We love yarn, right? It's all the things. Thank you so much, Robin, for all the doodads. The apple didn't fall far from the tree because I said to my mom, you love to put things inside of things. And the reality is I do the same thing because I learned it from my mother. It's very effective to put things inside of things, to move them out of the way, to then put those things inside of other things. I'm just saying. Anyway. So inside this bag, there's a happy birthday sticker, all the things, and there's a bunch of stitch markers. I love this. Lots of stitch markers and things. A whole bag of them. So good. Thank you so much, Robin. And then we have some knit and crochet merit badges. One at Yarn Chicken, and the other one says, I finished a UFO. Love that. So clever. And then here we have a coupon here for Fabulous Yarns, 5% off. Love that. Thank you, Robin. And then we have a coupon here for Knit Picks, 25% off. Love that. I'm going to go check them out. I love their ball winders. At any rate, let's see. Here's a bag of stoppers, beautiful stoppers. This is called Knitting Needle Point Protectors. Okay, so I was calling them stoppers. They're point protectors, and there's all these animals in here. Let me just show you some. I don't want to bore you to tears with all the things, but these are little mooses. Love that. And we have bumblebees. Oh my stars. And then we have little birdies. So good. All right, so that's enough of that. Okay, Robin, this is amazing. This Happy Mail is above and beyond. Actually, this birthday gift is amazing. Thank you so much, Robin. Lots of treasures for sure. Okay, let me set this over here. My friends, I believe that is it for the podcast. I really hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. This is probably the longest podcast I've recorded to date on my channel. We're at 1 minute and 20. Or no, I'm sorry, 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, yeah, that's quite a long time. It's okay, though. We're enjoying each other's company, right? So anyway, that is all I have for now, friends. Again, as I said earlier, don't forget to hit the like button. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. And then, of course, turn on those notifications to stay updated with me and my channel. So that is all for now. And until the next one, guys, take care. Bye.